Thank you. Councilmember Khamis.
Yes, I want to also thank staff for looking into this. We need to do a whole lot more, and I have to say that we are doing quite a bit more than we ever have. When I first came into office, we were spending $2 million a year on homelessness services, and now I think we're over 20 million from our own general budget. But I want to caveat a few of these. We are actually taking on more and more responsibility from the county. Homelessness is primarily the county's responsibility, and their failure to make things happen is the reason we are being forced to do more and more every day. I want to let you know that the county's budget for the last 5 years has grown from $4.9 billion to $8.1 billion, almost doubling, in the same time that we've had a mere $8 million increase. $800 million increase. We went from 2.9 to 3.7 billion dollars in the same time period. So they obviously have a lot more money to spend. And if you look at their survey, their 42% of the population has physical or emotional disabilities. 10% have traumatic brain injuries. 35% are alcohol or drug addicted. These are not things that our librarians are able to handle on a daily basis. So I commend the library staff for even taking on this challenge. And I look to the county to do a whole lot more. Over the past few years, they have overlooked opportunities to actually take a look at buildings that they owned and did nothing with them. One of them they turned down $20 million to refurbish a structure that was 6 stories tall that it could have been turned into 160 units and been refurbished. Instead, they turned it into a parking lot. I heard recently that they're turning the jail, also going to be demolishing it after they build another jail, another building that can house 400 people or more if it's refurbished. And they turn down private money to do so. I don't think that they are taking this problem as seriously as we are. And we need to have a lot more of our partner whose its primary responsibility to handle these challenges step up to the plate. Let them use their $4 billion extra dollars to help these folks. I recently learned that the county is going to be looking at their empty land as of 2 weeks ago. We've been asking them to look at their empty land for 5 years. I don't know what kind of partnership this is, quite frankly. And we need to put, I commend our library staff, and I'm going to vote for this, and I'd probably vote for even more of these centers if necessary. And I'm looking, and I applaud the Winter Faith Collaborative, which we have active in my district, and I'm working with churches in my district to have overnight parking programs. We're not using public dollars. Our churches are stepping up to the plate and actually filling in, and we are creating these overnight parking programs in my district. So, when it comes down to it, I think we need a lot more help. I don't think that we can continue to try to house people that are mentally ill and expect good results. The results that we saw in the library that everybody's talking about not using anymore. These are great challenges, and we need actual real support from the people who own O'Connor Hospital, own St. Louis Hospital, own the Valley Med. These are all facilities that should be doing a lot more to house our homeless population, because their homeless population is not just homeless because they can't afford it. 42% of them have mental health issues, according to this. And if we don't do more of that, yes, they will die. But the county has to step up to the plate and do a whole lot more. And I hope the people that are here and talking passionately about this issue will be just as passionate at the county meetings that go empty and nobody speaks to them. And yet they have $4 billion to work with. Please ask them to do more.